Hello and welcome to BeamNG Drive. I'm davidinark, and today we are flying around a mountain called Wilderness. And I decided to do this as a time lapse because, well, frankly, I was lost in the wilderness for quite a while. But it's a really good sized map. I mean, it's pretty large. Although I guess not too large. Although I don't actually necessarily understand the full size of it. But anyhow, the idea is you're stuck in the wilderness and you have to find your way to the gas station as the means of escape. So I am here driving around, and I just use the default GamerGull. You can see this is very, very densely forested. I mean, it's unbelievable how many trees and bushes and just, general fauna or flora, I guess, is in the way. I mean, it's all over the place. Every now and then there's these little paths or kind of what seem to be paths that kind of creep up and cross. And I don't know. I tried following my general always take the left. That's one of the things that when back in my days when I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, anytime you were stuck in a place you didn't know that was kind of maze-like, then the idea was that essentially you keep your left shoulder against a wall and you always just keep going left, and eventually you'll find your way through. Unfortunately, there are so many paths to take and so many offshoots and so many places to go. I missed a lot of those turnoffs, doing the left. And then frankly, I just got, well, bored's not the right word. I got kind of frustrated, I guess. Always trying to look for the left turn to try to turn to the left. And so there were times where frankly, it was just easier to go straight. So I blew my entire premise on me just, trying to drive, trying to escape. I did not look at the map beforehand. I just jumped in, started driving around, and tried to figure out where the gas station is going to be as an exit. So my thinking was that if I could find the edge of the map, then surely the gas station would be somewhere along an edge. Again, kind of thinking this in terms of a maze, as it were, and thinking that, when you escape a maze, it's generally out along the border. So again, I'm driving around. I'm essentially trying to find the map's edge, and that's what I'm doing here, is just trying to head over to the edge, which you can't see now. It's basically right in front of me there. It's kind of over to my left as I'm driving through all of this. But it was just so frustrating, and I had no idea where I was going. I got so lost. So then it turns out that I drove around and ended up right back where I started. So I decided I would try a sunburst rally, and that lasted around basically the first couple of corners, and then I got hung up on a rock and decided, no, that was stupid. Let's use an off-road vehicle. And so I grabbed the hopper, and I had no idea. I mean, I decided to drive. I think this time I decided to try some right turns. One of the other ideas I had was to simply find bodies of water and see if, well, here I got caught up in some kind of a weird like cul-de-sac kind of thing. It was just kind of a little open area and it didn't go anywhere so far as I could tell. But I thought, okay, if I follow bodies of water, maybe that will lead me to the gas station. But the bodies of water themselves are sort of kind of haphazard and random. And here I'm just kind of stuck on a rock and in the woods and just trying to find my way through, trying to figure out, okay, where is the stupid gas station, man? How do I get out of this wilderness? How do I get out of the forest, man? I could not for the life of me figure it out. And to be honest, the more I drove around, the more I was pretty sure that I was just going in circles. I mean, I'd be driving along and all of a sudden things would look very, very familiar, like I'd already been down this particular path before, either from this direction that I'm going or from the opposite direction. And I'm like, I think I'm heading right back to where I was when I first started this whole mess. So I got very lost, very confused. This is a very, very good map for that exact experience. If you were, given a vehicle and plopped down in the middle of a wilderness, how would you get out? How would you escape? How would you figure out? Now, of course, in real life, you could do things that would help you. You could theoretically mark trees or what have you. Here I just decided to change cameras because I was tired of the same view, but that was not really working out for me at all. So back to third person. And again, I'm pretty sure as you're watching, you've probably seen the exact same trees and paths, multiple times. Like this little group right there, those white trees, maybe they are spread around in different places, but I'm pretty sure that that particular set I had seen, I don't know, 3 or 4 times during my driving around. I could not figure out what I was going to do. And then it occurred to me that if I had half a brain, then what I would be trying to do is see if I could use a compass. And then I added the compass app into the game. And here my general thinking was that I would head east, and I have no reason whatsoever because I did not restart the map. So I have no idea if I already started east, did I start west, not a clue, as to where I thought I was going. I just, for some reason, figured that if I picked a direction and I just arbitrarily picked east, if I just headed as best I could and east, always trying to head east, that eventually that would lead me somewhere, and then maybe from that somewhere I could, I don't know, figure out where the gas station was. I have no idea. I truly cannot speak for my frame of mind and my mindset during this particular segment. I was just at wit's end, just driving around. And again, I probably covered the exact same, I don't know, I don't even know the scale of things, but just for the sake of argument, let's say I probably covered the same, maybe square half mile or so the entire time. I don't think I actually found a way out. This fallen tree branch that we just passed through, I think I saw that, I don't know, 6 or 8 times while I was driving around. Then again, I don't know that for sure because I'm not sure how many times certain features are repeated. And I don't know if they're supposed to serve as, kind of like waypoints or, hey, remember this because, you're going to get there. So here, what I decided to do was I'm heading for the edge of the map. I don't care. I want to try to get to the edge of the map, and here I get kind of caught up in some trees and some bushes, and I get stuck. So ultimately, I just use the reset key or the insert key to just back myself up and get out of the bush. But there's the edge of the map right there in front of me and to my left, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's just drive out to the edge and see if I can get a feel for where I am. What can I see? Is there maybe like an outer edge road that's kind of maybe the secret, get to the edge and just follow the road around? I don't know. I just worked my way through all of these trees, and no, I was just at the end of the map. So I decided, the heck with it. We're just going to fall off, man. Now, as I'm falling, of course, the camera angle changes and we see the map up above us. So you can get a feel for how big it is. There is that giant, looks like a river maybe running through there. I don't know. I never did find the gas station. So by all means, you want to give that a shot. I'll have a link to the mod down in the description below, and you can check it out for yourself. In the meantime, you got any questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on BeamNG Drive.